Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972, or better still, click the Skype button at the top of the Rangers Radio homepage and come in live. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Glasgow Rangers 3, Wigan Athletic 0. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel, discussing today's match is the one and only Fox. Evening, Fox.
Afternoon, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Evening.
Not yet to me. 5 o'clock is the middle of the day for me.
That might be for you. Still in the morning for you sometimes. Anyway, where are you going to start with that, mate?
I think we've actually got a team. That's what I would say, mate. Defensively solid, even although there was loads of changes in that game. We worked hard for each other, closing down, some good interchange of passing, and we produced a goal threat. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a competitive friendly. There was no love lost in some of the tackles that were getting in there, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I know talk's cheap, but I thought my manager and his backroom staff, the whole coaching team, all the substitutions moving, there was no... The flow of the play was constant. People knew their jobs. Big hats off to Mr. Gerrard and his coaching team, mate.
I would agree. It was a wee bit sometimes ponderous in the first half, but we showed some good skills in that as well. But the second half, even although we had a big change in personnel, I agree with you. Everybody that came on knew their job, knew where they were in the park, and every one of them contributed in that game.
Young Middleton, man of the match for me, mate. Over the piece. Just shown a great attitude. Jamie Murphy, I think it was young Ibrox Loyal, it said after the Bury game, and we said, well, slow down, let's just see where he takes it. This boy's got a tremendous attitude, keeps the game very simple, uses what he's got, his pace, and whips a ball in and works hard.
Aye, his work rate is tremendous for an 18-year-old boy. Chases back, scurries back to help the defence, and his delivery and trickery on the ball is top class for me. He's going to have a big future at Ibrox, mate. I'm really pleased with him.
Anyway, Fox, if people want to join us, give their thoughts on a good performance. Let's say if we put the Bury one into perspective, that was no bad. This was a good workout against a team with experienced pros in the line-out. So if people want to join us, what's the number?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at rangersradio.online and Skype when you'll be brought into the call. So for me, Fox, we started pretty brightly. Some decent stuff. The big boy in the midfield, pronounce his name for me, Fox, come on.
Ajaria,
that's the one. He and some nice touches, moving us forward. He's a big unit as well. I thought Docherty and McCrory, the odd time in a wee bit wasteful in possession. I thought Docherty particularly grew into the game as it went on, because obviously he's not played many minutes. McCrory was steady. And then they came into the game in a bit of the first half. Eachy peachy, got a wee bit competitive with one chance. They had a few efforts, but no great danger. Second half started, and we just upped the pace, and it was good to watch. Some nice stuff, decent goals. Anyway, we've been joined by Cairo. How we doing, Cairo?
How you doing? I'm alright. I'm good.
Where are you, mate? You'll need to move closer wherever you are.
How's that? That better?
That's better, mate. Aye.
I am good. I'm happy with that. The first 25 minutes of the second half there, I thought we played like a football team. We passed the ball. See the difference between that and the first 25 minutes of the first half, when we were just passing the ball about, not too bad, but it was sloppy. Put ourselves under pressure. what was it? The difference in that first 25 minutes was superb. I thought we kept the ball well. We passed the ball to blue jumpers, and it took the pressure right off everybody. No, it was good. Enjoyed it.
I mean, I thought we done all right, and I don't mean great at the start of the first half, but the difference in the start and the second half for me was the tempo, Cairo, and it was better to watch. Yeah.
And I think because we controlled the ball, we controlled the tempo. We weren't giving the ball away to the other team where they could dictate. We held the ball. We played fast, but we passed the ball to blue jumpers. We never gave the ball away. So many times in the first half for 10, 15 minutes spells, we gave the ball away really cheaply, really cheaply. So I'm a bit happier. I think the defence looked pretty solid.
Makeshift defence, really, when you think about it. We've got Andy playing in there with the young boy for the first half, who get caught out a couple of times, but as I said, he'll be better for that game. And then we brought on Katic and he got his goal, but they two strolled it. He's a big unit, that boy Katic. I never realised
he seems pretty good. He's quite aware as well. I like he's bossing about. Him and I think Arfield in the middle of the park. If he can do the same, then you've got a couple of other sort of commanders in there, if you like, because Katic was telling folk what to do. He was demanding folk to go back and that kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty good. Something we've been missing. I mean, we've been talking about this media for the last 2 and 3 years that we don't have any leaders in the park. So hopefully we'll have a couple of them there.
A big centre forward back to Gira Mahon. We were 3-0 up in the last minute, so it's all about standards.
No, I think you're right. I think it's it was at them. I think the Gold fella was good. He just steady away. They just played fantastic, especially in the first half when he was helping the young fella out.
Aye, he done well. Talking about a guy with high standards, we've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy. Afternoon, whatever it is.
Late afternoon, let's say. That was a pretty good workout, I thought, wasn't it? Pretty pleased. I tell you what, the boy Middleton, though, see if he keeps progressing the way he is, he's going to have a huge future at Rangers. I saw a wee interview with him not that long back. He was absolutely gutted when he was released with Norwich. And, couldn't believe it. He'd got a chance again at Rangers and said he wasn't going to let Rangers down. He was going to work as hard as he possibly could. Every time he put that Rangers jersey on, and he certainly has done that well. Fair play to the boy. I think I just heard you say Ox was man of the match. Aye, me too. Even put him back at left back there, and he done a decent job. Caught out a couple of times, but look, he's 18-year-old. Doesn't normally play that position, does he? So you've got to expect that. But all in all, I mean, the passing was a bit sloppy for a period in the first half. It was a wee bit frustrating watching it. I don't know. Don't know what the story was there, but I think maybe they got a wee bit of a rocket at half time.
There's a lot of players on there that hadn't. Well, Doherty looked a bit. He grew into the game. Let's just say I thought in the first half some of his passing was wasteful, but he's hardly played. Just cutting across, he'll come right back to you, Rudy. Rangers have been drawn away to Kilmarnock in the last 16 in the Bedford Cup. Back to Rudy.
It's true what you said. Greg Doherty came into it a bit more, didn't he? As the game went on, he was a bit wasteful with some of his passes, but you could see he was wanting to do, though. He was wanting things to happen, though, Ox. He was wanting to be involved. He was trying to get involved as much as he could. I think the boy realises he's got to, whenever he gets the opportunity, he's got to try and make an impression. And you can sometimes want something too much, and try too hard for it. But he certainly grew into the game. He got better. His passing got better. He did some really good work at times, I thought. But like you say, there was a lot of players there that haven't played much, really.
Who was that? Who's that talking about? Doherty?
Doherty, aye.
Yeah, I thought when you're talking about, I thought he was one of the worst offenders in the first sort of 15-20 minutes. His passing was shocking.
Aye, it was.
But as he came onto the game, he seemed to relax. Even his body language, shoulders were a bit more relaxed, and he was looking up. He was less twitchy, if you like, less, and he started to play a wee bit, I think.
That's what I was saying, though, Cairo. You can sometimes want something too much and try too hard, And I think, with the sort of the talk of him going out on loan, and he's obviously, he's a bear. He wants to stay there and be a part of it. So he's maybe came on, the first sort of, he's got his first 15 minutes for a while, because he hasn't played for a while, so he's got his first minutes into the game, and he's just been trying that wee bit too hard to make things happen, but as you say, when he relaxed a wee bit, his whole demeanour changed as well, I noticed, and he started doing some good stuff. So I think all in all, I think it was a really good run out actually against a half decent team with some good pros,
Experienced pros, they've got real experienced pros.
They'll have.
No, it's remarkable. A stat that came out with. That's for fourth goalie we've used in 6 games, 4 European ties and 2 friendlies. 4 goals we've used, we've not lost a goal yet.
Fair play to Big Wes as well for saving the penalty, which in my opinion was never a penalty. The boy fell into Middleton, so he did. It wasn't a penalty. Bobby mad in his usual standard of refereeing for me, But fair play to Big Wes, though. You're talking about players, when they get the opportunity, they've got to come on and show what they're worth. And Big Wes done that by saving the penalty. I mean, the other night we were all talking about him going out the door, weren't we? And then you see what he is capable of occasionally, It
wasn't a great penalty, to be honest. It
was quite close to him, Cairo, as well.
But I mean, he went the right way and he got the ball, and that's what you're there to do as a goalie. It's all you can really do in a penalty, isn't it?
Exactly.
Great done it. No, I think you're right. I think that's for that 20-25 minutes of the second half at the start. I was saying to myself, well, we're starting to come into this game. Look at the way we were, and we started to pass the ball to each other, took the pressure off, and everybody seemed to grow in confidence. The other thing I did, Morelos, the last 2 games, the work rate that lad he's put in, sir, I think it's fantastic.
Phenomenal, Cairo, isn't it? Last week there in the European game, and then today as well. It's a friendly. You'd think he'd not be that bothered and he'd ease off a bit, but no, he put an absolute power of work in the day again. Scores his goal, his second goal in 2 games. That's the Morelos we want to see. The guy,
absolutely.
And he'll put the ball in the back of the net when he gets his chance. I noticed he went off with a wee sort of niggly injury, so hopefully it's nothing too serious, because I really do think we could be doing with him on Thursday night,
Another good thing was we got a smile. He actually fucking smiled.
That's right,
that was a shock.
I think maybe Steven Gerrard's got to sit him down and say to him, if he's not already, which he probably has, but he's got to say to him, look, Alfredo, we need you. We need you in the team. We need you working hard. We need you leading the line as well as we know that you can do. And we need you putting the ball in the back of the net when the opportunity arises. Because can't he complain about performance in the last 2 games, Cairo? He's been great, And
what about his replacement? I think a lot of people will be talking about him in the pubs and their right back for the game, Cairo. Big Sadiq.
Yeah, he's a big. When you see the way he looks like Cano. He's got one of his own body language. They got an own guy within the Star Wars. What do you call him?
He's a clue, mate.
A big floppy guy.
Big floppy guy. Get back here.
No, the other one. Anyway, just the way he looks, but he's a big unit, isn't he? But I'll tell you what, he can. He was running about a wee bit as well. We need to see a bit more of him, of course.
Aye, of course. But what a goal that would have been when he back heel.
Aye, fantastic.
Aye, awareness, and then obviously Murphy should have scored actually, and then Arfield.
Shocking, Murphy.
Unselfishly rolled it to Murphy, and Murphy. There's the argument about the right-footed players coming in.
But the thing is, Ox, he had time and he had time.
He could have walked it in.
Could have took the touch to ready himself for the shot, and then placed it into the corner or something. He should have done way better than he did, to balloon it over the bar like that.
And what a goal would have been, mate. What a goal. Arfield, Harry in the midfield. The ball broke to Big Sadiq. Sadiq, back-heeled it back to Arfield, who'd made the run, supporting. Rolled it to Murphy, and it'd been an excellent goal. Are you with us, Fox? What did you make of Big Sadiq, mate?
I think you reminded me, here's one for the All Bears, Meadowlark Lemon. in the Harlem Globetrotters, mate. He didn't know what to expect from him, and he showed signs that once
Can you give us that name again?
Middle that lemon.
Now, that's a name for a past guy, though. Do you remember him, man?
I do. Aye, he was a funny guy. He was a playmate. He was a Ted McMillan of basketball, wasn't he?
He was indeed, but
obviously your father told you about him, Cairo, because you're not that old.
My grandfather told me about him.
Okay, thank you.
but he had some nice touches, and I think we'll have some fun watching him over the course of this season. Can I also say another person that put in a real ton of work in that game was Candias. I thought he was very good for the length of the time he was on. Worked hard going forward and worked just as hard going backwards. I can't say, I know it's only a friendly and we tend to get carried away as Rangers supporters, but the work rate and the closing down in that game didn't matter who was on the park, was tremendous. That's the way no many teams are going to get a chance to settle with this Rangers side. And I'm really looking forward to the season now, see what it brings for us.
See, you're saying about the work rate, Fox. There's only one way you can do that. You have to do it in the training room and get the fitness in the legs. So, big shout out to everybody involved. Carry on, Cairo.
I was just going to say, they're an example. We were talking about Candias last season. He was one of the players that did come through, and he worked well with Tavernier on the right-hand side. He did a lot of chasing back. He did a lot of running off the ball, as Fox was saying about the day. And then we go and put him inside and he doesn't look as good and everybody's in his back. Put him back out to the wing today and that's him back to normal. It's all about playing players in the positions that they're strong in and playing players in the positions that they like playing in. This Rangers are famous for putting square pegs in round holes. I just don't see it at all why we do it as often.
Here.
I was at Rudy, I'll come to you next. I was a bit keep your foot, the boy Middleton. Let's see what it takes us. Let the boy improve. No pressure on him. Keeps it simple, direct, works hard, doesn't get brushed off the ball, helps the team out, goes back to left back, gave away a debatable penalty. Even then he was trying so hard to get back. Nice touches.
The rape finished, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a bit of trickery. He's got pace to burn the boy. And I tell you what, he's a lovely crosser of the ball as well. He's the kind of player that me centre forwards would absolutely love to be playing alongside. You know, the chances, I think, you know, if he keeps, you know, improving the way he is, I think developing the way he seems to be, the chances he'll create, you know, by he's crossing into the box, it's just going to be huge. You know, if we can get players into the box, he'll provide for them. I'm sure he will. Because, and another thing that impressed me about him, especially the day Ox, was he's got no fear of anybody, no respect to anybody. He just goes out, plays his game.
You're spot on, mate. They were experienced, athletic, physical pros, mate.
Yep.
What he would get week in, week out in our league, if you know what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And he stood up to it. Well, talking about experience, physical pros, we've been joined by Bridgeman and Big Ulster, so we'll go to Big Ulster first. Let Bridgeman finish that sandwich. On you go, Big Ulster. What do you think?
Well, for Greg's fire was well and truly put out. Fantastic. I thought they were very good. That's still no goals conceded under Gerrard. I think that's brilliant. Played pretty well. First half
saying that next May.
I know. Well, we'll lose one sometime, obviously. But so far, so good. I thought we played pretty well today. The first half was a wee bit touch and go, you know, but the second half, I think there was only ever going to be one winner. I think we really looked a different animal in the second half, and we had too much for Wigan. I was pretty impressed. It was a good game.
I think, see in the first half, see when we weren't passing the ball that well, you know, there was lots of sloppy passing and stuff went on, I think, in the first half. But the positive, it did come for the first half. See, when we did lose the ball, they were away looking for it again, you know. They were pressing as high up as they could, and they were off in 2s and 3s trying to get the ball back again. They were closing down quickly, you know.
Well, this is it. You know yourself, any person can lose the ball, but you'll always be forgiven by the Rangers support if you give 100% to try and get the ball back. That's what last season I don't think we were fit enough to do that. However, this season it looks different, doesn't it? You know, we're really trying off the ball to do the stuff, so it's good.
Spot on, great word, fit. Talking about guys who are super fit, How we doing, Bridgeman?
Super fit, right enough. I like the boys said, like Ulster said there. Really good, really interesting game. Very good. Thought the first half, you saw the weak parts in the first half. I thought that McCrory was sloppy. Doherty couldn't quite control the ball sometimes and gave the ball away quite a bit. But these are only small things, you know. I thought the weakest part was the young lad who was centre half.
Aye, well, his debut, mate. He
absolutely,
nerves and all that. But
no problems. Very nervous. Aye. And what he needs to do or needed to do was win a good header, and it's very difficult against them. They play the man. That team played the man rather than the ball. And
experienced pros, Bridge.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that was the difference. And you saw the difference in the team when the boy was playing at his favoured position, which is on the right hand side of a central defensive pairing, and Goldson was playing over on the left, and that slight imbalance at the central defensive pair. But when Katic came on in the second half, you saw the two of them, the way they played, just excellent, you know.
Anyway, if you don't mind going on mute, lads, let's hear from your manager what he's got to say. Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Stephen, I'm guessing you're particularly pleased with the second half of today's performance.
I'm pleased with the results. I'm pleased with another clean sheet. But I think you're seeing two sides of us today. I think you're seeing a side first half that waited for the game, waited for the opposition to work them out. We weren't compact. We were disjointed. We didn't pass the ball well enough. And that's the side of Rangers that I don't want to see. Second half, completely different team. We were organised, we were compact, we were getting close to the ball, we kept the ball, we were aggressive. We owned the pitch, we owned the stadium, and we looked like a proper football team, and we blew Wigan away within 15 minutes of doing it properly, basically. So the message to the team is, don't wait for me for a bollocking at half time. Do it yourselves before the game and start the game properly.
I guess Wigan, you knew were going to be a real step up from maybe what you've faced before. Is the second half really a template going forward of how to play and what this Rangers team is capable of?
Yeah, they just need to believe in themselves and back themselves that they're good players and that they're a good team. And you know, this crowd will go with them if they do it right all over the pitch. But it'll come. You know, we're still getting used to each other. We're making a lot of changes. We're trying different things. We're trying to rest people because we've got big games coming up. But the principles never change for me. We have to be aggressive all over the pitch, in possession, out of possession. That's the main message.
Another goal from a set piece today. Is that something you've really been working on over the summer?
Yeah, myself and my staff. You know, we do try and work on set pieces for and against. It's a big part of the game now. Whatever game of football you're playing in, so we realise the importance. I think we still need to improve defending set pieces in terms of, I like to get the first and the second contact on the ball, and sometimes we're a little bit too nice. So it's something we will work on. Going forward, set pieces 4. If the goals keep rolling, that's good for me.
And in terms of your team selection today, was it just about maybe getting some boys some minutes in the legs and a few others just some more time out there playing at Ibrox?
Well, first and foremost, we had to respect the supporters. You know, people are coming here and paying money, so we had to put a strong team out. But at the same time, we have to realise where we are. We've got a couple of big games on the horizon. First and foremost, we have to try and deal with Thursday and try and get qualification. So yeah, some of my decisions and the amount of numbers and substitutions I made, obviously with other games in mind.
And you gave a debut to Umar Sadiq, and he certainly made quite an impact out there.
Yes, he's still finding his feet. He's still a little bit rusty, still trying to find that sharpness, but you're seeing glimpses of what he's about. And I love it when he's aggressive and he's front foot and he puts pressure on people and he runs hard and he's aggressive with and without the ball, and you can see that there's potential in there for him to be a right handful, and that's what we want him to be.
He's starting to do my head in.
Start really too much if that's possible.
Aye, he talks too much sense. He's bang on again. What a man.
Yeah.
I love him.
I love the wee bit, where he's saying to the players, he's saying talking about the players, and and saying you don't wait to come in at half time for a bollocking off of me. You know what I mean? Get on with it. Just have confidence in yourself, trusting each other, trusting yourselves as a team, and go out and play football. I'm like Fox. I'm really looking forward to the season. I think the team will, the signings I've brought in are really good. I think we'll get better and better as the weeks go on.
Ulster, he's spot on again, isn't he?
Yeah, he's truthful. That's what I like about him. He could easily have come out there and says 3-0 win, fantastic, but he's always looking at the points of the game that we didn't do good, and that's what I think in the future will be good for us. He's demanding the best that he can get off the team. It's fantastic, mate, and that's what you want. You don't want to be palmed off. Sometimes you have to be an honest guy without slating players. Obviously, you don't want to do that, but he's honest enough to see when we're weak. And he's good. He comes up and gives the team credit when they've done well, and the team done very well. Whatever he has said to them in the dressing room, they came out a different team in the second half, and as he said himself, blew Wigan away when they really got the wheels in motion.
Can I come in on that?
On you go, mate.
I was just going to say that you could see the difference in the two teams. I thought Wigan you could see the qualities they had. They managed to gather the ball and find their man repetitively, and well, although we chased them, we were still at times chasing the wrong people because the ball was away, So that happens in football, as we know. But I think you saw the difference, particularly in the second half when the two centre halves were on, our two best centre halves. They did everything and they got through our midfield and everything else. But when they came up against the quality that we've got at centre half, they couldn't do anything about it. Not that they did it in the first half, but they gave us a lot more difficulty in the first half than they did in the second half. That's my honest opinion. And I think you can see it coming. Midfield starting to strengthen up. I thought Koulibaly came on in the second half. It was just his presence that made the difference, in my opinion, for him. He didn't actually do anything.
What a goal that would have been.
Absolutely.
He headed it, mate. He headed it broke to the big fella, big Sadiq, who ran through and obviously just mistimed his run.
Yeah.
Obviously missed it as well.
Should have heard it up in the Courtland rear. It was just absolutely amazing. The atmosphere was great. All the Bears very happy, very supportive of all the players, even the young centre back. I forget his name, Bradley, was it? In the first half, very supportive of him. Come on, son, you need to do this and do that and do that. And somebody talked to him, and all this was going on. Just fabulous, just fantastic.
And who was the people talking about in the way out?
In the way out, they were, to tell you the God's honest truth, they were talking about Morelos. Yeah, and I'm not being funny. They thought Morelos had another tremendous game.
He did.
And the part that I liked him, and a lot of guys were talking about it, was when he ran in, which is what I've always wanted our team to do. When there was a bad tackle went in, Morelos was out. He ran 25, 30 yards to in the guy's face when he's lying on the deck. And okay, it caused a wee bit of stramash and a bit of rammy. I don't care. That lets them know we're not taking that shit. And if you do it again, we'll get you. That kind of thing. So I like that. I like that confrontational stuff, and I love it. Just love it like that. So I think I thought Morelos was great. I thought Wes deserves a huge pat in the back. A lot of guys were talking about him for his penalty save. I don't think it was a penalty, but nevertheless, Bobby Madden was the ref, wasn't it? He gave it, so I'm no surprised there. But everybody was very happy with everything. Sadiq, they laughed at Sadiq getting the goal because initially we didn't know who scored it. We didn't know if it was Sadiq or the defender or it was somebody's handball or whatever. And
I don't know myself, and I've seen it 3 times.
I mean, I just don't know. But he's given it, and he looks a big gangly. You know that word we used to use about tall fellas? He looks a big gangly guy. And the manager was right, Stephen Gerrard, said, because when he was stretching out, his legs seemed to go on and on. He was like that elastic man in one of the elastic heroes. You're amazing. Just amazing. Brilliant. Just
I don't know if you noticed, Fox, there was one he'd been on about 10 minutes. He done something in the midfield and then he went to join the front line and the pace of him going up the park.
Sorry, just carry on the moment, please.
All right. I don't know if you noticed that, Bridge, behind the goal. The pace of him getting to join in after the linked up play. What Willows Bridge? Did anybody notice that?
I did.
I did as well. I was talking away there on mute.
Just go back and mute. Sit in the corner and behave yourself now. You had your chance. On you go, Rudy.
He did. I think he'll once he gets match sharp. I think that big fella will cause problems all over the place. He's got these big legs. He's got a big stride, isn't he? It'll move him about the park quickly. Yeah, I think he'll cause problems all over the place for defences all over Scotland. Stephen Gerrard talks very highly of him, so that's good enough for me. I think it's hard to judge him on what we've seen so far, but it looks like there's potential there, to do really well for us. As for the goal that he scored, I personally think it was an OG.
All right, and you come, Bridge, would you like to play against Big Sadiq when he was fully fit?
Oh my God, he's so tall and gangly, as I say. Great. No, I wouldn't like to play against him. Absolutely not. No, all right. No way.
Away, Bridge, old Carlton Dab.
I'm just meaning. Excuse me, I'm still eating now.
Okay, well, go and mute then. You don't want the whole fucking world.
Right, you language.
I know, no wanna. Right, on you go. Cairo.
I think the guy, he's he doesn't know what he's doing. Nobody does. I thought it was quite funny in Gerrard's interview, saying when he's still trying to funny his feet. I thought it was quite quite apt. He's still trying to funny his feet. I thought that was superb. So it's quite insightful for Stephen Gerrard there. But I think, is he the guy for Algiers? Is he the Algiers Kevin Kyle, do you think? Or Kyle Lafferty even?
Aye, well,
I'm just saying,
I don't know if you noticed, he was back in the box helping us defend. You've got Koulibaly back there helping the two big centre backs.
Yeah, and one of the time he did come back, he was told to get back with the big
Katic.
Katic, aye. But
didn't have that last year, that physicality in the box defending, Cairo.
Yep, and when you go to the ball and you seen them, did you see how many players were bursting out when they got the ball for that last one he passed up where Koulibaly was offside? There were about 3 of them that could have went to bursting a gut trying to get up the park. That was quite impressive for me. That's different from last year.
Yeah, they went from defending to attack like just seconds. It was brilliant to watch. If that's the style of football we're going to play at times this season, and that's fine by me. The thing about Katic, there was only, I think there must have only been a minute or two to go, and we're 3-0 up. And he's shouting at people to get back into the box to defend. Brilliant. Well done to Katic. I'm starting to like the boy more and more as I see him more and more. As I say, 3-0 up and he's still having a go at players, get back into this box and help us keep this clean sheet. I'll take that every day of the week because we never had players like that last season, in my opinion.
Absolutely, Rudy. Absolutely.
Ulster.
Yeah.
You've been very unlucky with the fixtures, and you'll see my point when you come to this. You've watched some rubbish games that we maybe expected to win when we're laboured, yeah? Is that fair?
More than fair, yes.
Right, okay. See the way now that we don't let defences mess about with the ball and everybody's gone as a team and we're closing down, yeah? That causes panic. You've done it to Wigan today, particularly in the second half, and even times in the first half. I think Kendia's done it a couple of times. That's going to not let teams be able to dally about. And it means that work rate's going to cause chaos. You're going to get more chances and hopefully, therefore, more goals. Big man.
Yeah, I think we're going to definitely, the caller that rung in earlier, he had said he was worrying. He was a guy from Australia, but he was worrying about the whole game when obviously Aussie Jack were attacking us so much. And he was near enough waiting for the goal to go in, because that's probably because our defences so many seasons have caused us so much fear, because we always expect we're going to concede here, and 9 times out of 10 we normally did. Whether I think this team that we have at the minute as a defensive team can soak up the pressure and are pretty solid. I think as the games go on this season, we're going to get more confidence in our defence. I think they're looking good, better every single game, and I'm expecting hopefully this season to watch the Rangers winning more often than not, which we haven't had for a few seasons.
Did you notice that, Cairo, the closing down early and making it hard for defenders?
I think attacking for the front, basically. I thought it was. Thought it was really good.
And also
it's the same. Morelos' work.
Morelos'
work rate, and you had wee right winger doing the same. I mean, they were. Is what the commentator said. They said it was good to see them attacking in groups of 2 and 3, and they weren't just. It wasn't just Morelos, he had the backing of some folks. A couple of times you've seen him waving his horns to get folk up. But it seemed to be, the ball got past their other side, so one of that group of three would go and help the other two that were chasing it down. The attacking for the front was good, and I think the way Stevie Gerrard put it, in the first half we were kind of sitting back a wee bit. The second half, that's the way he wants us to play, and it was stark. I think for myself personally, when you see them passing the ball to blue jumpers and we were in control of the ball, when we didn't have the ball, it gave us that incentive today, where in the first half you didn't have the ball that much because you kept giving it away. Then you kind of lost that wee bit sort of a train of thought that's what you do off the ball. But when you've got it as much, when you do lose it, you want it back, so it gives you the momentum to go and chase it. And I thought they did it really well in that that second half. First half were a bit too sloppy, I think. If we can do that and play with the ball and keep the ball and the tempo that we had, I think that other bit that you're talking about, I think that comes through because you're desperate to get the ball back.
Rudy?
Yeah. I said that even in the first half, when sloppy passes were flying about, and we weren't exactly on top of the game, we were still hunting for the ball, we were still putting pressure on their players. If you do that on a weekly basis, you get better and better at it, Ox. You make defend, especially if you run at defenders and harry them, they'll make mistakes. There's no doubt about it, because they're not the quickest, most defenders, So that's a part of the game that Steven Gerrard's trying to impress on the team. And we saw that the day. We saw it especially in the second half. We saw it in the first half, even when I didn't think we were playing that great, to be honest. And we commented on the passing was shoddy at times. It's a big part of the game. It's how we've got to play. We've got to look. It's easy to say this, Ox, but if you give good players and good teams space and time in the ball, they'll hurt you. It's as simple as that. Well, don't allow them space. Don't allow them time to play. As simple as that. Get in about them. Chase everything down. I thought Morelos was immense today at that, to be honest with you. That boy must have been absolutely shattered when he came off. What a power.
Wow.
What?
Who's that shouting?
Don't know. Bridge.
Yes.
There was only arguably 4, maybe 5 starters in that team at the start of the first half who's been starting games.
Yeah.
Does that show you what Steven Gerrard's done, mate? There's a system in place, people know their jobs, clear and concise, fitter.
Yeah, I think the last 2 games, today and the European game, you see with the difference that Steven Gerrard's made and some of these players he's brought in. Ejara, I thought, was excellent today. Wonderful, some great touches. I agree 100% with Rudy where he said about Morelos, and I have to say a word about the wee right winger, which is his name, Candias. My God, did he cover the pitch today? Wonderful stuff, and very few stupid wee touches here and there that he tries to do and lose the ball, lose his possession. He hardly lost possession at all today. Doherty lost possession a couple of times, but the worst culprit for me about losing possession, and this isn't a criticism of the game, it was McCrory. I thought McCrory was a yard short today at times, but really and truly 3-0 against a championship team down in England, you can't beat it. Just brilliant.
It's a good result, good workout. As I said, they've got a lot of experienced pros in their team, and we need to try and move on for that. Big, strong, physical team who are in that English Championship, Ulster. And I'm not going overboard. It's no Real Madrid or Barcelona we beat, but it shows, again, signs of improvement.
Yeah, well, this is it. That Wigan side are a decent team. As you say, they're not world class, but they're a decent team. At the end of the day, they're well organised. Unlike our side, who obviously we're just sort of working together. It's going to take us longer. I guess this is not the best Rangers side you'll see as the season goes on, because they'll gel together, they'll get better. But Wigan, what we've done today, I think in the first half was a wee bit sloppy, like the boys have said, which is fair enough. There was a few stupid passes and all. But the best thing I liked about it was they actually had a dressing room there who could actually talk them at half time or whatever they needed to say to them to work it out for the second half, and they came out a better side in the second half. Last season, I don't think we had the quality in players to actually play any better. Unfortunately, there was some games where it's just we didn't have the class to change it. However, this game today, as we've seen from So the games were getting better as the games go on. So I've got a wee child here beside me, sort of tugging at my shirt. So I'll have to go off 2 seconds.
All right, mate. We'll be joined by Wheels. How we doing, Wheels?
How we doing, guys? All right.
All right, mate. Were you over, bye?
I was there. I was there.
Who's your thoughts?
I very impressed, mate. I thought it was a good performance. First half, you could tell it was a friendly. Do you know what I mean? It was very scrappy. But second half, we came out, put on a performance. I think big credit needs to go to Morelos again. I think with his celebration, he shows that he cares. Do you know what I mean? He shows that he wants to get better, and he's doing it. So big credit to him. Thought the boy Middleton was superb again. Glad he got a start today. I also think Greg Docherty deserves a mention as well. I thought he played really well.
No, in the first half, mate.
No,
first half.
No. As I say,
But to be fair, in Greg, mate, I think he had 10 minutes, 15 minutes against Bury, and he's not a lot of game time, so he grew in. It'd be fair to say he grew into the game. In the start of the second half, he defined him.
Aye, absolutely. And the boy Sadiq, he's going to cause havoc in defence. I think once he gets match fit, he will cause problems, I'm telling you.
He looks a character, if that makes sense.
Aye. He's just that, as Bridge said, he's that big sort of lanky weight, you know what I mean? He's going to cause problems. And big credit to Wes for the penalty save and all, even though it absolutely wasn't a penalty. I just hope Morelos is all right, because he went down kind of.
He'll be fine.
Well, he didn't, and then he went off about 2-3 minutes later.
Aye,
he'll be fine.
I think it was maybe his celebration. He's maybe kind of done something there.
No, he took the one. He took a knock when the one he cut it back twice, and they cleared it. They came out to him in the wing, and he came in. I think the boy just nipped, and he took a knock there. Stood in front of Bridgeman in the Copeland Road. Did you see that one, Bridge? Did you see it? Did you see it, Rudy? And then we'll go back to Wheels.
I'm here, boys. I'm here. I'm sitting talking to you. Can you not hear me?
You must have been on mute.
No. I've been sitting listening to you. Seriously. A bit of lag, sorry. I thought that Morelos, when he got the ball, you say, put the ball in twice, and then the third time the guy put a good block in.
It was a fair challenge, Bridge. It was a fair
He kind of spun and landed against the net. So I wonder if he banged his bum on the bottom of the steel bar across the bottom of the net. Maybe he did that. Nobody knows why he was injured, because they thought it was a good tackle.
I thought it was the boy came across him, and the boy cleared it, he might have knocked it against him, mate.
Oh, it is possible, of course.
Man.
Of course.
I thought that. But excellent game, he had Wheels, didn't he?
Morelos, I did, mate.
Wheels, what did you think of him going up and chasing that guy, or running up to that guy after?
This is what I was going to say, Bridge. I have to disagree with you, mate. I'm sorry. I don't like that. If he was near the incident, then fair enough. But see that running 25, 30 yards to get involved, I don't like that from any player. It's just not something that I agree with. I don't know. Obviously, you see it different, but for me, it's not something I like. I can see why he done it. Do you know what I mean? He's protecting his own players, which is fine. Do you know what I mean? But I just don't see the need for running 25, 30 yards just to get involved.
I'll let you come back in that one, Bridge.
It wasn't getting involved. It was, shall we say, the objection. It's how you object. So he's ran. Nobody else is objecting. I want my players, if they're round about there, shove the guy away. If he's lying on the ground, shout at him, because everybody else in the world does it. Let your objections be known. You dirty beat, or whatever you want to say to him. That's all you need to do. And that's what I thought that's what Morelos did. Nobody was doing it. We're too soft. We are far too soft as a team. Hopefully the Cooley Valley people and people like him and the big Sadiq are going to come in and change these things, and an attitude needs to be changed. We need to show that we're harder and tell people we're not going to take any crap. Morelos didn't do any damage. He ran in and shouted at the guy, that's all. I thought it was disgraceful. I don't know this. As far as we were talking up in the Copeland, that Morelos got booked, and the guy Morelos was arguing with afterwards got booked. and yet the guy who did the foul didn't, unless it was the guy who was arguing with. That's what we think.
I think it was two bookings. I think the guy Morelos was arguing with, and the guy who caused it all by making the bad tackle.
Did he get booked?
Tackle. No, he walked away.
That's what I'm saying. He never got booked at all, and that was it. Disgraceful.
Can I add a point?
Challenge. On you go, Ulster.
What I think is, see if Morelos stays out of that situation, then all the pressure is to give something for the first tackle. But see, when you get involved sometimes and all that craziness that happens for, say, 30 seconds afterwards, it took all the emphasis on the bad tackle in the first instance, so it gave the referee then an easier decision to book the two people that were obviously arguing with each other. I think if Morelos had to maybe stayed out of that, and I can get why he's annoyed, it was a bad challenge, but I think if he stays out of that and just puts all the emphasis on the actual tackle, I think that player gets booked.
By the way, discipline in football is a big thing. I get Bridges' thing. You're in a team and you want to see people stand up for yourself. I don't think he's trying to say that people come and get silly bookings. He said you just get there and maybe help your teammate out, but just be a wee bit cute about it. But I get your point as well. If you get a booking for that in a nothing game and then you miss a semi-final of a cup because you're suspended, it can hurt the team. You know, it's two sides to the coin. You back with us, Fox?
I am, mate.
These are overall thoughts, mate. Obviously, we're winding up shortly.
Overall thoughts, a good workout. Things are looking very, very promising for Rangers at the moment. I think on the overall show, we're probably 100% improved than we were last year. And as I said earlier, I think it bodes well for how we'll go on and do this season. Come on, the Rangers.
Bridge, overall thoughts?
I think Fox is right. I think it looks good for the rest of the season. Obviously, the next big step, and it's a massive step really, is to win on Thursday. If we come out of that and get through in Europe, and I don't, did anybody hear what the draw was in the
Kilmarnock away?
We've got Kilmarnock away, so that's going to be another big task for us because they beat us down there. So it's going to be quite tough. But this team.
So we've got a big game on Thursday, Bridge, and then we'll get a massive game on Sunday. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Every game. It's every single game. I try to say it all last season. Every game as it comes up, we need to win it. Never mind what's happening in 5 weeks. For the players,
right,
that is.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Rudy Bear?
Good performance, second half. I thought a wee bit disjointed in the first half. I think Stephen Gerrard mentioned that in his interview. Thursday night, as you say, another big game. I'll take the same performance, the kind of performance we've had in the last sort of couple of weeks. I think we'll go through on Thursday. If defence sticks to its task, we're through.
Big Ulster.
Yeah, a bit like Rudy there, just, maybe not the best first half, but we really came into the game in the second half, finished very, very strongly, and it could have been more. Unfortunately for the Wigan fans, like before the game on the Twitter, they were giving us some stick. We're going to teach us this and teach us that, the pub league and all this. But I think they have a different effect when they came home with a good scalping. So
I just say get some of the tweets for after the game for tomorrow evening, mate. They could be entertaining.
Oh yes, I thought. Don't worry about that. I'll do a bit of hunting. Maybe get a few apologies. We'll wait and see.
Wheels.
I made just much the same as the other guys. Quite scrappy first half, but we picked ourselves up for the second half, which is what we struggled to do a lot last season, I think. But I think Stevie and I might have a good idea of, who his regular players might be. But
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Just quickly, because Arfield's pushing, Koulibaly's pushing, Ajara's pushing, Jack just in midfield, Middleton's pushing, Murphy, Candice has come in and done a job. The boy Kent, if you're playing one up front, being supported, who is it? Is it Sadiq? Is it Morelos? Competition for places.
It's a great headache for him to have, though, isn't it? Those positions, you know what I mean? But no, Thursday is a big one, obviously. Right. They just get through that, so.
This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Can I thank the boys that have joined us this evening? Cairo, Bridgeman, Fox, Wheels, Rudy Bear and Big Ulster. See you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Take it away, Fox.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. We love to see the lasses with the blue scarves on, we love to hear the boys all roll. But I don't have to tell you that the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Me, oh my. Oh, how we love to see them try. We love to see the lasses with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roll. But I don't have to tell you that the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. We won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The Glasgow was a simple do. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley winner too. And when the Rangers win the European